I'm a member representing Fufore Federal Constituency in Adamawa State. I'm a lawyer by profession. I'm a politician. I'm also a public administrator, a former local government chairman, a former Algon chairman, and also I'm somebody who worked at the public sector for about 12 to 13 years. Also, I worked with the private sector for 6 years before joining to politics. But politics is in me since during my university days. In fact, even during my secondary school days, I participated fully in politics. And then I was a head boy during my primary school days. So I'm part of public since at a young age.
Well, thank you. But we know that not just in school politics, you've also held portfolios that before you became an honorable member of the House of Representatives, there has also been some portfolios. Can you help us know more about your political journey?
Well, my political journey begins 2011 when I contested for State House Assembly, even though at that time, due to the political crisis in our state, I did not make it. But after the election, a senator representing my own constituency, Adamawa Central, Senator Bello Tuku, who is a former deputy governor and chief of staff in Adamawa State, he offered me a job to work with him as a legislative aide at the National Assembly. At that time, I'm working with the private sector with Sigma pension. I resigned and joined him at the National Assembly. I worked with him as a on legal and constitutional matters, and it gave me a great pleasure and a deep sense of honor to be in the hallowed chamber, the highest legislative body in the country, and to mingle with senators and other young senior legislative aides. So it gave me a lot of exposure and experience from 2011 to 2015. So it's one of my first political appointment. And the second political appointment, immediately after that, my governor, then Governor Bendo Umar Jibrila, who won the election then in the umbrella of APC 2015, he offered me to work with him as a senior special assistant on Abuja matters, to handle all his Abuja affairs, in which I accepted the job, and we worked closely with him for a period of a year. When he decided to conduct a local government election in the state, and I seek his permission that I want to contest for my own local government, and he allowed me. I contested and I won. And immediately after the election, my colleagues, the chairmen of the local government, decided to choose me as their leader to become the Algon chairman from 2016 to 2018. So I was a local government chairman and the Algon chairman in Adamawa State. 2019, I contested for the Senate to represent my own constituency, Adamawa Central. But I did not make it at that time. You know, they say God time is the best. So I continue with my businesses and other professional engagements. Till 2023, I contested for the House of Representatives to represent Fufore and Song. And as God make it, it's the right time. And God gave me the chance, and now I'm representing my own constituency at the Federal House of Representatives. That is brief about my political sojourn.
Well, I must admit your sojourn has not been for today,
Yes.
and we cannot both say you might have gotten the requisite training through the different portfolios you have. But as a first-time parliamentarian, how has it been for you in transition?
Well, luckily for us, about 85% of us are all new, because due to the amendment of the Electoral Act, from the primaries to the general election, National Assembly lost more than 85% of the ranking members. So we came here, nearly 90% of us are new. So easily we mingle together, since that most of us are new. There is no that discrimination that JJC or this and that, because most of us are new. So we don't find it very difficult. We easily assimilate, and because we have experience politicking, so easily we just find ourselves at the deep of the National Assembly politics, and so far so good. We are very comfortable with that. So I don't look myself as a newcomer.
Okay, now let's look at the National Assembly a little.
Yeah.
The speakership, of course, came without so much rancor like we used to have before now. But let me ask you, what is your opinion of the Speaker of the House of Representatives? Do you think he's been doing a great job? Are you optimistic in his leadership so far?
Well, first and foremost, it's the first in history of the National Assembly for the Speaker to emerge with almost 98% of the total vote.
Yeah.
So, in that situation, the Speaker find it very, very difficult, because we have less than 80-something committees there, and virtually everybody vote for him, and everybody want to be either a chairman or a deputy chairman, and it's not possible. So, but because of his experience and gentility, he tried all his possible best to harmonize and stable the house without any crisis or faction. Today we have about 136 committees, standing committees, from 76 until 80 something, 230 something committees. So he accommodated most of the interests, and he created a lot of relationship groups for the foreign countries to become friendship chairmen and deputy chairmen. So he almost accommodated virtually most of the members. So most of us are very comfortable with his leadership style, because he's accessible, and whatever advice you give him, if it's good, he will accept the advice. If you call him, he will pick his call. If he didn't pick at that time, he will return your call. If you went to him, he will give you a full attention. His priority is members, number one. So whenever you see the Speaker, you will always be happy. He's not undermining any of our members, and he's always supporting, and he's always there for his members. So therefore, we are very comfortable with his leadership, and that is why now we are the most stable house in this country. There is no crisis, no rancor, no any other thing. We are loyal, and we will continue to be loyal to him. We are giving him all the support he needed to perform his leadership duties.
Some might say that the reason it looks like the opposition does not have so much say in the House, you have said it is because the House is fully behind the Speaker. But don't you think it is some out of politicking that he has been able to silence the opposition in the House?
Not if the opposition if today the opposition decide to march together under one umbrella, they are more popular than us in the APC.
Okay.
PDP, Labour Party, NPP, Young Party, SDP, they have more members at the House of Representatives than the APC. So there's no way we can silence them, because they have more numbers. If they decide to gang up today, they become minority. So there is nothing like silent opposition, but his leadership quality that made him, that irrespective of political parties, they are all following him, and they are all giving him a maximum cooperation and support. The issue of party does not play much role in the legislative system. Okay. At times I used to forget all my friends that we used to. I don't know whether you are in Labour, APC, or LPP. No, we are all legislators, and we mingle together. We do whatever that will suit the interest of the nation. So there is nothing like political parties or silencing opposition in the House. Okay. We are all brothers keepers.
Well, I think that is a good way to be. You were just recently appointed as the chairman of the House Committee on Police Establishment. What is the role of this? What does it entail for you as a parliamentarian?
Well, I came at the right time when the Nigerian police need a lot of support from the legislator and the executive, because as a chairman committee on police institutions, the report available, most of our institutions of the police need serious government interventions. And even the manpower, the police lack a lot of human resources. Let me give you, for example, this year alone, more than 2,500 senior policemen retire from service. And the cadet of the Nigeria Police Academy, which is the only academy we have in this country that produce officers, only 160 something graduates. More than 2,500 are retiring, and only 160 something are coming in.
That is too much.
Less than 10%. Less than 10% of the senior officers. The same thing with the recruitment. Even though our president approved the recruitment of about 30,000 policemen next year, and already the immediate past president Buhari approved recruitment of 10,000, which now is ongoing. So President Asiwaju promised to each and every year he will recruit 30,000 policemen, in which will give him all the support and cooperation, because there's a lot of gap. And police lack a lot of human resources in the police. We need many police in this country because our population is more than 200 million now, and we have less than 300,000 or 400,000 policemen. So there's a serious challenge. If you go to the training institutions, if you go to the police colleges, if you go to the police barracks, if you go to the police formations, they need serious attention. So the federal government must inject a lot of resources to reform the police, to do a lot of things so that our policemen will get the maximum support needed for them to operate and to perform their legal duties.
Well, sir, as the chairman of the House Committee on Police Institutions, how are we, or rather, how will you be able to get them these required funds? Because from what you're saying is a very, very, very urgent situation that needs to be addressed. How
well, as a chairman, I will liaise with the necessary committees, especially appropriation committee, finance committee, and the leadership, to see how, and we will contact the executive arm of the government, because our president is a serious and committed, and he is somebody who take the security aspect very serious. That is why there's even a supplementary budget on the securities. Most of the supplementary budget went to this, about 70% is for the securities. So the president is ready and available to give the security agents all the necessary support. So with this development, it will give us a very easy to support the police to get the necessary funds, because the federal government is in line with the policy of the government. So it's easier for us as the legislator to do the needful, and the executive will give us all the support. So they will, by the grace of God, the things will change.
Well, as much as we believe that things will change, and just like you said, the president is very serious about the shoring up numbers of police officers within the country. However, most Nigerians are a bit skeptical, owing to previous experiences. There have been job racketeering in police, job vacancies, and the rest. So we're asking now, how do you come in? Maybe it might not be part of your duties, but how do you give an input to make sure that recruitment gets to the average Nigerians, the passionate people that want to do the job?
No, there's a lot of changes in the recruitment now. The portal is open for each and every Nigerian. Whether you're in the village, you're in the city, whether you are poor, you are this, you can have access to the portal. And you immediately apply. There's a requirement for that. Once you meet up the requirement, they will shortlist you. And I'm telling you, 90-something%, they give them based on merit. So there's a lot of changes in the recruitment process in this country. Not only in police, but in so many institutions, especially the security agents. So we will just add some measures or to give some protections for the less privileged. to be recruited. But so far, the machineries that they put on ground, it's not easy for somebody to manipulate or to take side on it because it's portal. It's generated by the system. So, and everybody, you are at liberty to apply. Once you have that requirement, you will be employed. So I don't think there is problem in that aspect because the machinery is on ground. And the Police Service Commission, they have, especially, for example, the chairman of the Police Service Commission is a retired Inspector General of Police. And we all know Solomon Arese is a man of integrity and somebody who do a lot of reforms when he was IG. So he also put a lot of machinery on ground for the recruitment process to be fair and just.
I want us to cast a little bit of thought into the Nigerian Police Academy Woody, like you talked about. I know this falls under your jurisdiction to supervise. You just talked about the very little amount of admission they offer because that is also what they can graduate. Are we expecting a turnaround where the admission process is more liberal, where people can apply because it's supposed to run like a university? So are we seeing a situation where average Nigerians apply, graduate, and then get immersed into the position?
The issue is that it's not about liberal or what happened. They don't have much facilities to give admissions to many numbers. They have limited facilities. Up till now, they need a lot of facilities, or they don't have hostels. They need student hostels. They need hospital clinics. They need lecture theaters. They need training instrument and a lot of things. So you cannot give admission where you don't have enough facilities to accommodate students. So if today the federal government expand their budget and they give them more facilities, they will give admission even 1,000, 2,000 annually. But their hands are tied. They don't have enough facility to accommodate. So we know their problems. But by the grace of God, this administration are very serious and focused on the security. I believe Mr. President will put more money on that academy to expand because they have enough land to do student hostels, lecture theater, clinics, and any other thing that is required. But they are handicapped in terms of resources. But I believe the present administration will do a lot to change things. Once they put the machines on ground and once they get the necessary facilities, they will increase the number of admission. But now they are forced to reduce the number to the minimum level, and they will make sure that the quota system apply. And they make sure they do it on merit. And they also make sure that the age and medical fitness of the students matters a lot. So it's not that they are not willing or they are discriminating in giving admission. They don't have enough facility to accommodate the students. And also, we are pushing for the police academy to start doing cadets, inspectors and assistant superintendent of police, like what NDA is doing, short service. So up till now, they are not doing short service. So we want to introduce a short service whereby a university graduate will apply and be shortlisted to do 12 or 13 months, and he will graduate as assistant superintendent of police as a senior officer. So because the gap, as I told you earlier, 2,500 and something senior officers retire from service, but they only admitted 163 graduate as a police officers. So if they are doing cadets, senior officers, short service recruitment, it will give us more senior police officers annually in the country. Because each and every year, the university graduate, and if they short service, they are graduating, the cadets are graduating, so the numbers will increase to 500 or up to 1,000. So at least it will close some gap between those that are retiring and those that are coming in.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I think we've been on legislative matter for a little bit now.
Yeah.
Let's go personal. Being in your office, I noticed the number of young people that troop in to see you and the easy access they have, coming to see you and dialogue with you. What is the synergy between you and young people, especially?
I'm young also, so I have to. It's our generation,
Of course.
so I have to give them. At times, I'm here up to 12 a.m. I'm attending people. At times, from Monday to Friday, I'm not seeing my children because the time that I'm going back, they already sleep. The time that they are going to school in the morning, I'm still on my bed. So I give a lot of my time and energy for my legislative business and receiving visitors in my office. So you see now, I think it's after 9.
Yeah.
I'm still in the office. And I think in the next 2 hours, I will still be in the office. I'm accessible and I give my visitors time to know their problems and to see where and how to help and sort them out. So I don't have any regret being accessible or being given my own generation, younger ones, give them the necessary time for meeting or any other thing. Because I'm accessible whether I'm in the office or in my personal house.
So using yourself as a case study, of course, you just rightly mentioned you are very young. You don't need to ask. Looking at you, we know that you're very young.
Yes.
How optimistic are you about young people leading the country? And what do you think is the major challenge of young people getting into elected positions?
Well, before it's very hard for a young person to be something in this country. But now there's a lot of laws that give younger people protection. So now you can contest election at the age of 25.
Okay.
You can be a governor at the age of 35. You can be a senator at the age of 35. You can be a member of the Reps at the age of 30. So the laws give us a very conducive atmosphere for our younger generation to participate in politics. And most of the political parties are giving the younger ones all the necessary support for them to emerge as young leaders. So therefore, I think Nigeria, there's a lot of changes towards the leadership of the young people. Because if you go through, we have young parliamentarians in this parliament, and I think their number is more than 60 something. They are less than 40 years.
Wow.
There are more than 60 something in this parliament. The number keep on increasing each and every election year. So I believe in next 10 years to come, the young ones will take over the affairs of the country. And if you see all over the world, if you see the age of our leaders, there's a lot of, it's a global change. So everywhere, generational change is affecting the political arena of our leaders. So the younger ones are prepared to take over, and the atmosphere is very conducive, and the enemy laws allow them to participate without any hindrance.
Stop touching that.
Yes.
So, I would want to ask, how do you unwind? How do you relax with all the stress, being in the office so late, not going home on time, the whole pressure, the legislative duties, like you mentioned, that you have to craft laws, you have to supervise, you have a lot on your table. How do you get to relax yourself from all the people?
Well, to say the fact, I don't have much time to relax. Time is my greatest enemy because I have a very limited time, even during weekends. Tomorrow is Saturday, but we have a fixed meeting 11 a.m. So I have to wake up by 8, do this, do that, and all that. Before you realize it's 11. So if you came here by 11, only God knows when I'm going back home. Because I came here today as early as 8 a.m. I'm still in the office. So I have a lot of challenges towards relaxation. I don't have such time.
Well, are there specific experiences or lessons that you have gone through in the past you could have said, maybe these are the things that molded me to be resilient enough to carry on with this stress?
There is a lot of things because, you know, to become somebody in this country is very hard.
Okay.
And for even people to give you the space, you have to struggle very hard. There will be a lot of challenges. Some people will see you as a threat, that this small boy, he want to retire us, he want to do this, he want to do that. Unknown to them, you just have an ambition, you want to participate, and you are eager to be part of the policymakers of the country, and you want to contribute your own quota. But someone or somebody who is there seeing you as a threat, like you want to retire their own bracket, so they will fight you. So then they will fight you with full energy, left, right, and center. I contested for Senate 2019, and the level of the fight and the individuals involved is just, you cannot even imagine. So, but by the grace of God, it even be a blessing, because I become stronger, wiser,
okay,
and I get a lot of experience. So at times, gang up and backstabbing and other things, it will help a lot of people to become something in the society. Because the more they are fighting you, the more you are getting experience, and you are getting more energy to fight back and to get what you want. So to be a man is not a day job, and we all know it's a gradual process. So in the process of growing, you will see a lot of things in which I'm a victim of circumstances, and I know what I went through. So, but it helped me a lot, because it's given me a very good background and a very good start. So I'm more stronger and wiser as before. So I think it's a very good lesson, and it's something that you cannot avoid once you want to grow, especially in our society.
Just like you rightly said, wiser and stronger, of course. Yes. So the year is about to end, just some few weeks to end.
Yes.
On legislative scope, Honorable Barrister Liu, is there any regrets in terms of legislative duties? Are there bills you would have wished within this short time in office you would have loved to have seen passed? Are there things you look back and say, maybe we could have done better in this? Or are there also things you say, yes, in this we really did very well, and I'm proud of what we've been able to do in getting this done? For you as a legislator? Well,
no matter what you do, you just try your own best,
okay,
and leave the others. So far, I sponsor about 2 bills. It's the past first reading. We are preparing for the second reading. I sponsor a lot of motions. And alhamdulillah, because we are just beginning, and this is our first quarter of the administration, so we are less than 6 months in office.
Sure.
We have about 3 years to come. So whatever I propose, or my intention of the bills and motion, I think I have enough time to do them. So there's no any regret, and so far so good. We are going with the time, and we prepared a lot of bills and motions, and I believe it is for the betterment of my constituents. So far, I sponsor 2 bills for the establishment of high tertiary institution, okay, in both my 2 local governments. In some, I sponsor a bill to establish a federal science and technology college of science and technology, while in Fufore, I sponsor a bill to establish a federal college of education technical. So my society and my people, my constituents, need the tertiary institutions, because the number of those that finish secondary school cannot be accommodated in Nigerian universities. It's easier for them to get admissions at my constituency. So far so good.
So far so good. Thank you very much for giving us this audience. Well, as a final one, what can we see you doing when you're relaxing?
My phone is my closest friend. Whenever I'm relaxing, you will see me on my phone. Either I'm on Facebook, Twitter, or any of the social media.
That means you're very social media person.
Yes, of course. I'm very social. Even I wake up in the night, I will check my phone or go through WhatsApp and other these things.
Wow,
To see, whatever happened within 5 minutes, you will see it all over the world. So
yeah.
I'm very close with my phone.
Well, thank you very much for the audience. On behalf of SRTV, really want to commend you for granting us this interview. If it is 9:20 in the night and you're still here talking to us, it shows your level of commitment to Nigeria and the passion across. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.